Going to be a short and quick tutorial on how to set up LIE or layered image editing in DAZ Studio. I recently had somebody ask me how to do it with this bikini set here that I make and sell. They were having an issue getting their LIE to work. I'm just going to go through this real quick. I'm not an expert on this, but I did figure out how to work with getting LIEs onto this. First, you're going to basically need to set up your textures. Had Photoshop loaded. There we go. So basically, we have our template. I'm making sure that I'm setting up my texture to line up with my template. I'm just going to add this little red cross here to the front of the bikini. And in order to do that, we're going to need a texture map. It would be this. Also, we're going to need an alpha map or a mask in order to define which areas this texture will be placed in, which areas will still remain whatever the color is that we want it to be. And that's going to just be set up like this. So that'll be my mask. That's going to be my texture. We're going to use this with LIE, layered image editor, and we're going to apply this to that bikini in DAZ Studio. So in here, I'm going to select on this. You'll notice I don't actually have a texture map, which is fine. You don't really need texture maps, but I am coloring this using the base color, but we're going to now have to color this just using LIE. First off, we're going to want to switch this to white. LIE is just going to layer this on top of whatever color you're using. So if you're adding the white to it or you're doing it on white, whatever your textures are should come out looking like this. If it's black, it'll just look black, and shades of in between will kind of tint it. We're going to just switch that, and we'll just pop over into here and right into the layered image editor. There we go. Bring you over here. First off, we start off with this new layer, and we're going to need to add a mask to that, or we're going to get our texture. Come down here to resource, click on this. We're going to go find our texture, which is going to be here, right here. There's my texture. That's what we just saved out of Photoshop if we were saving. Do I need a mask? Oh yeah, we need to set the size. This sizing has to be the same as my texture. My texture is at 4096, which explains why I don't see anything in here right now. And there we go. And we're going to zoom to fit. Did that work? That did work. So there's my texture. That's a preview. Just be sure that this size matches the textures you're using. All right. Next step, we're going to add a mask to this. We're going to come over here and put up a plus. Add my image mask. Bring in the alpha here. Use that as my mask. Now you can see this is transparent. And then what I'm going to do is, because I'm just using color over here to color things, I'm going to add a color in here as well. Add a color layer. And now I'm going to use this color layer to color my bikini bottom. Do that. And what we have to do is we have to drag that down below here. That worked. There we go. Now you can see it's blending the two based on the mask. Accept that. I'm going to do its thing. It's actually making a temp file of the image. And there you go. Okay, and the reason why we went with a white base color is it kind of blends in with whatever your texture map is that you made with the LIE editor. So for example, if you just had that at black, you would see nothing. It looks like it multiplies. If you have some other color in here, they kind of blend in together. Probably less than ideal. Set that back to white. Also, I'm just going to really quick show how we do this if we had an image map to begin with. So let's browse. It has taken me to the temp folder. So this is the place where it actually saves your LIE image. So when you do that and you hit apply or accept in the LIE editor, what it does is it makes an image like this right here. And that's what it plugs into the image map channel. And that's located here in a temp folder based on however you have your DAZ Studio ads set up. But we're not going to use any of these. We're going to just pop back over to this. I'm just going to use this leopard texture that we used for the bikini, but used it tiled up. So anyhow, I'm going to just mix our little red cross on with this. Pop over to here. I'm going to come over to the layered image editor. So in here, because we had a texture to begin with, it has it loaded in. Previously, when we didn't have a texture, it automatically added in an image layer. But we're going to do that now. We're going to add in an image layer. This is going to be our red cross image. That's sitting there. Oh, one of the things I got to do, we have to make sure that this is the right size for our 4096. 4096. So there's going to be a little problem. Show this in just a second. Let's hit zoom to fit. So this is what we were working with before. The only thing is this leopard texture isn't the right size. So we can scale this up in here, and you have scaling tools. You can also adjust the positioning. You can flip it. You can rotate it some. Although I don't see options to tile it, which would have been nice, but oh well. I'm going to just scale this up to make sure it kind of fits. I'm not sure what the exact numbers are, but I think if I do like 900 here, I just scaled it the wrong part, wrong thing. I still have the 80s. I'm going to make sure I have this selected and come down into here. That, spread it out like that. And I'm just going to match that down here. It kind of fits the whole square. It's not perfect. You would probably want to dial that in. And we'll bring this back. And now it's covering. So now we need to just bring on our mask so it shows how these are blended. So with that, our red cross texture. And we're going to just add an image mask to that. There's my image mask. Open that up. And we should, thinks about it. There we go. So when we're happy with this, we're just going to say accept. And what it's doing is it's saving a copy of this, and then it's loading it into your image texture right here, the base color. And there you go. We've now blended in our layered image edited texture along with a base texture. All right, so that's the quick overview of how I understand LIE to work, or layered image editor in DAZ Studio. I hope you have a good day, and take care.